In today's video, I talked about the transformation I've gone through in the last 9 months, and how difficult it is to really stay away from certain type of food. Now I am making dinner, and you can see these are dumplings. So just imagine that you love to eat dumplings and you're actually making this for other people and you can't have it. That's not an easy thing, but I do it. Okay, so in today's cooking video, I am making boiled dumpling, green bananas, squash. Now, listen, the holy grail of metabolism breakdown is, in my opinion, this is not a doctor's advice, not scientific review, this is just my opinion. I think when I started eating squash, I literally saw my health getting so much better, feeling better in my body, in my mind. So yeah, I have replaced dumpling with squash and green bananas. So in this pot I'm boiling dumplings, because even if I cook my green banana and stuff in this, there's a chance for gluten or the banana or squash or whatever to have that gluten that's boiled out of this dumpling in it, and it will give me a really bad tummy ache. So I'm cooking my squash separately. Over here I have my squash being soaked in some baking soda, or sometimes I put vinegar, because we know the stuff that's been sprayed is not good for our body. And can we really get it off? Your chances are better if you peel it, but I like having the skin of the squash, so I soak it in baking soda, or I will sometimes soak it in vinegar, but I think the baking soda is better to take off the toxins of the skin. So I'm soaking my thyme and my escallion. Green onion we call it here, because this is not really the escallion from back home, it's green onion. And over here I got a whole platter of goodness. This is onions, okra, carrots. I have zucchini that I cut up here. And what's next is I'm going to cut up about a half clove of garlic, because I'm cooking this, and I'm not going to be putting a whole bunch of fake stuff in it. I will be putting some powder stuff, but it's a real herb or spice that's grounded. Okay. Now this is colorful. When you're cooking, food really should be very colorful. Lots of green, lots of oranges. It's just actually really good for your body. I'm making green bananas. Listen, if you have a rice cooker, I don't see the reason why you can't cook in your rice cooker. Yes, so I'm cooking my green bananas in my rice cooker. I don't know, any of you guys use a rice cooker for anything other than rice? So by doing this, I'll make sure there's no cross contamination with my green bananas. Guys, I love, love, love green bananas. That's the only Jamaican food over the years, when I was fully or steeply immersed in the Canadian culture, that I used to still eat, was green banana. Never used to eat yam or none of that stuff. I just always do. I like my green bananas. I'm also cooking some Irish potato. In the meantime, I'm gathering my spices and my herbs. And over here, I'm using some cumin. Now, as a Jamaican, I never knew anything about cumin. But living here and having a diverse group of people that I work with or, associate with, I get introduced to some of these seasonings, herbs and spices, right? So I'm going to put cumin in it. I'm using all natural vegetable seasoning, and when you look at it, there's no chemicals in it. Then we also have coriander. Now I purchased coriander from the Asian market, And I really didn't know what it was. I just heard that it was really good for you, and did my research, and now this really is good to not just make your food something for you to eat because you're hungry, but it becomes medicine. All of these things are medicine for the body, and when you use it, it enhances flavor in your food, but it makes it healthier, a healthier option. So nowadays it's so difficult for me to eat out. I have to go to a really good sit down restaurant, and it has to be one that caters to a certain type of palate, you know. So the days of just ordering something from Uber, or just driving out and stopping at a restaurant is sort of over for me now, because none of the stuff that you can have when you're just in a rush, like pizza or burger or fries or some of these things. I make my own fries now at home. But anyway, yeah, so a healthier lifestyle and choice is not just about losing weight, but it's about staying healthier, feeling better in your body, mind, and spirit. So there is no oil in this, but there's garlic, onion, thyme to sort of flavor this. And I'm going to add cabbage to it, and then I add my seasonings. I wanted to add more cabbage, but I'm just too lazy. At the end of the day, cutting up cabbage just seemed like a real task. I don't measure, I just estimate my time. So this is coriander, and the coriander has a kind of spicy, you know, flavor to it. This is onion, dried, and then blended onion powder. And maybe one day I can do a video to show you how I make it. And this is cumin. You have to be very careful with the cumin because it's a very strong flavor. Thyme, basil, dried carrots. In the summer, I plant, or we plant, all these herbs, and I store them in these glass jars for the winter. And so this is my basil. It's almost finished now. What a time to try to do a cooking video. My phone battery is dying, so I have to do this quickly. Anyway, I'm adding some turmeric to this. So sorry I didn't get to show you this part because my battery died. But this is okra, all the vegetables that I showed earlier. And I add cayenne pepper, ginger, garlic, cloves, bay leaf, and basil. Those are my herbs that I added to this. And when I'm sharing my dinner, I'll show you my portion.